Former President Zuma has turned to the Apex Court for leave to appeal the decision of the Supreme Court of Appeal, which confirmed the decision of the Kwa Zulu-Natal High Court that halted his private prosecution pending the finality of the appeal process. Despite the SCA judgment, Zuma is of the view that a private prosecution exists, an argument that Zuma's counsel told the criminal court last week.
At paragraph 18, my lord, it says, if Mr. Zuma's private prosecution is indeed an abuse of the process of the High Court, then it follows that allowing it to be enforced pending an appeal will prolong and perpetuate that appeals. If. It never said what is being said here now, that it's a fact that if they stand in the dock, they're going to be abused. Or that it had to say that, my lord, because where is that question going to be answered? In the main appeal. So we can't now operate as if that if means that it is actually a fact. In short, my lord, there is a prosecution before you.
For Zuma to succeed, he has to, among other things, meet the following.
He has to illustrate that it is in the interests of justice that the Constitutional Court hears his appeal. And secondly, he has to illustrate that there were no exceptional circumstances which would have warranted that the KZN High Court pauses his private prosecution while he actually prosecutes his appeals to finality.
Legal analyst Benedict Perry, however, adds that Zuma's bid is unlikely to succeed as there is no prejudice he will suffer if his private prosecution is paused pending the finality of his appeals.
The suspension of the private prosecutions was directed specifically at preventing what has become a very clear abuse of the court process by Mr. Zuma. And why is it an abuse? It's an abuse because Mr. Zuma did not meet the requirements for a private prosecution under the Criminal Procedure Act.
Meanwhile, the private prosecution remains on the criminal court roll through a holding date of 9 April 2024 that does not require the presence of State Advocate Billy Downer and journalist Karyn Maughan. Kani Mapanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.